So yesterday, I've shown you that your organization here, that's your organization, which was BF front-end class 2024. All the time you should be here. If you click on the repository, you have something called home. For you, that's very important repository. Now in home, if you scroll down here, you can see your class calendar. And in class calendar, it shows you different modules. So we have 9 modules. React project, it does not consider a module, so there are 9. Some modules are 1 week, some of them are 2, some of them are 3, some of them are 4. It depends. And you have a holiday just 1 week, starting from the 2nd of April. I think that should be simple. After that, if you come here, you have different module, as you can see. If you want to go to any module, you just click on this one. Now, if I click on this one, it will open a new repo, totally new repo for me, which is called BF workflow. Sorry. That will be the repo for the current module you are studying. If you go to any module, so it doesn't matter if it's workflow or agile development or HTML, CSS, or welcome to JS and so on, the structure is always the same. So we'll find something called learning objective. So what is the learning objective? The learning objective means that what I am expecting or what I want from you to learn. For example, for this module, I am expecting from you to learn all this list here. That's what I'm expecting from you to learn here. All of that. That's what we call learning objective. It's what I am expecting from you to learn during this module. And as I told you, for all module, it will be the same. All the time you have learning objective. Second, you have something called suggested study, and suggested study, it's just an extra. So if you have time, you finished everything and you need more resources, you can click on suggested study. And as you can see, we have a lot of suggested study. For Visual Studio Code here, for README here, for command line, for NPM, for Get. So you have a lot of different resources. They are not obligatory. That means you do not have to study them. But if you finish everything in the module, it will be a good idea also to have a look at them, because some of them are really interesting and it's good for you to grow as a developer. I think that should be okay so far. So we've seen learning objective, we've seen suggested studies, and we have deliverable and lesson plan. Deliverables, that means the project you are supposed to do during the module. For example, in this module, which is a workflow, which is 1 week, if I click on it, as you can see, you have 3 projects you need to do. The first project, which is student bio, you already started yesterday. Then you have second project, which will be a group project. And then you have a GitHub profile, like I showed you yesterday. Don't worry. I'll explain all of them. I'll go through all of them, but let's click on student bio. Now, student bio here, as you can see, we have a checklist, and it show you, I would give you some introduction, what you need to write. So you need to write a short bio for yourself using Markdown and add it to your class repository. And here I've wrote some steps for you, what you have to do. First, you need to create a deliverable issue. You don't know what deliverable issue, I'll teach you now. After that, you need to assign it to yourself. You need to add label. We will see now. Then you need to, let's start from here. You need to clone the class, the class home repo, which I told you. Then you need to create a new branch, as I told you. And then you need to do npm install. Then you need to create a new branch here. It's the same idea anyway. Then you need to create a new, in the folder here, we have student bio. You need to create a new MD file. And in this MD file, you need to write some information about yourself. After that, you can add your photo to the IMG folder, as I told you. And after that, when you write your information, you need to write, or you need to run all this script, which is npm run format check, spell check, length ls, length md. You have all of that in package.json. If everything is good, then you can add your changes, commit your changes, and then push your changes. When you make, after that, you need to make a pull request. You still don't know what's a pull request. It's fine. I'm going to teach you. And after that, you need to add a label. We're going to go through all of that practically. Okay. So that will be the first project. You already start a little bit writing it, but I didn't taught you how to create a deliverable issue, how to add labels, and also how to push your code yet. That's fine. Let's go back again here. After the deliverable here, we have something called lesson plan. A lesson plan, mostly it's for me, so to divide to divide the module into different days. For example, day one, we've seen that it was some introduction, and I will make sure that you already have some software. For example, you have GitHub account, you have Git, you have Node, you have VS Code. I'm going a little bit quickly because you already studied that yesterday. I need to make sure you have Git, as I told you, Node, VS Code, and you have GitHub account. For day two, which will be today, you need to continue working in your project, which will be student bio. So for each module, you will have a repo like that, and in this repo, you will have the same structure like that. Okay, so you have learning objective, you will have suggested study, which are not obligatory. You don't have to do them, but if you have the time, it will be a good idea to do them. Deliverable means a project you need to do during the module. Lesson plan is mostly for me, as I told you. Now, for each module, as I told you, you have a repo. If you go down a little bit, down all the way down, sometimes you have more information. Like here, there is some tips to learn programming. Do not rush. Learn programming is hard. You need to start slowly to learn programming. It's just some advice. In here, how to set up the repo. I've already shown you how to set up the repo. You don't have to do that already. Now, code quality script, as you know, we have npm run format. It tell you what is npm run format for. So we just, we need to run this script to make sure that you don't have any indentation error, you don't have any, your code is easy to read, everything is clear, you don't have any syntax error. npm run format check, it checks the formatting in case you have any error. npm run spell check in case you have any word that it's unknown word. For example, if I type my name, the linter here or the speller here, it will not recognize my name. Maybe it will recognize it, maybe not. After that, if it does not recognize it, I need to add it to this specific file, which is .spell, as I told you. Lint MD, try to lint the MD file, the Markdown file, to make sure you don't have any error, you don't have any mistake. And lint ls, it makes sure that the name of the MD file, Markdown file, are correct. You don't have any problem on them. So at the bottom, sometime you have some explanation for the script you are running, some information. And if you go all the way down, you have class recording. This one for the previous class, I will remove them today when I have a new recording, and I will add your recording. Is it quite clear so far? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Question?
Yes.
Question?
No.
Okay, good. So now let's again go to the day one and try to start again, because day one, we didn't have a lot of time. So let's go again and see what do we have here. First, the CLI. Can anyone tell me what is the terminal? Can anyone tell me what is a terminal?
Terminal is a command line to write code.
You are absolutely right. So the terminal, as I told you yesterday, it's just an application, just like VS Code. Now, each terminal, as I told you, of course, if you are using Windows, use Get Bash, please. If you are using Mac or Linux, use your normal terminal. So the terminal is just an application. Each terminal has something called shell. I told you we have two types of shell. Bash is the old one and ZSH is the new one. There's no big difference between the two. It's more visual difference between the two. As you can see, I have ZSH. Now, this shell, what it's doing here, it's protecting your operating system. Whenever I write a command like zsh-version, it will take this command, it will translate it and send it to the CPU. CPU is just like the brain of the computer, and it will try to execute my command. For example, I'm typing zsh space -- version. That means give me the version of zsh. And here it just take my command. Now I can read this command, but the computer cannot read it this way. So I need to translate it to another language that the computer understands. It's not my job. It's the shell job. After that, it will send this command to the CPU. The CPU has a brain, understands this one. It will convert it to another language the computer understands. Then it will execute it and give me your ZSH version is 5.9. Is it okay so far? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Good. We study the first command, and the first command was, what was the first command? PWD. What PWD stand for? Do I have to ask? Okay, let's go first one. Adil, what is PW stand for? Adil, what's PW stand for?
It's was power word.
No,
I don't.
print
Per
directory. That means tell me where I am.
print
If I hit enter, it will tell me you are inside the user, you are inside my username is Sam. Okay. So it will just tell me where I am. PWD stands for print working directory. I've shared with you already a PDF with all these commands, and you can read them all the time to try to know what they are. Okay, so now we know PWD just to tell me where I am. What was the second command? LS. What's LS stand for? Agnieszka? What's LS?
It's the list.
List.
The
So
list of all the folders, documents that you have on your
yeah, so folder list
web.
all the folder and file. If I click on this one, as you see, it will tell me you have application, you have desktop, you have document, you have download, you have library, and also it lists the file. So this one is a file. Package.json is a file. dam.rdp is a file. And node module, whatever I have, it will just list everything, a folder and file inside the current place I am. That's what LS stand for list. Okay, so we know now what is PWD. We know now what is LS. There's another important command which was man. Can anyone tell me what is man stand for? Ahlam? What's man stand for? Man stand for manual, and it helped me to give information about other command. For example, if I don't know what CD stand for or what LS stand for or what PWD stand for, I will just say man PWD. If I enter, it will give me some information. PWD return working directory name, and it will give you a lot of information about it. So man is quite very important command.
Okay, a second. You going to be very fast. Just slow down your speed.
It's okay, Namrata, but the idea I've already explained it yesterday. But it's
Yeah, but you going very fast.
fine.
Just a little bit slow down, please.
Yes. Okay. So the terminal is an application. We use the terminal to ask the computer to execute some command. As a developer, we use the terminal because it executes the command much faster comparing to the GUI. What is the GUI? The GUI is just like VS Code. It's like a graphical user interface. So Slack is a GUI. Why? Because I can see something on the screen and I can interact it using the mouse. For example, VS Code is a GUI. Calendar is a GUI. GUI, that means graphical user interface. That means when I click on, for example, whatever you want, this one is GUI, by the way. The terminal is GUI. I can see something and I can interact with it using the mouse. But the GUI, when we are using GUI and using the mouse, it does the job, but the problem, it is very slow comparing to the terminal. When I use the terminal, it's much faster. Okay, that's why all developers use a terminal. Now, to know how to use the terminal, there is some commands I need to learn. The first command I taught you, it's called man, and man stands for manually. That means give me information about any other command. For example, if I don't know what is PW stand for, I can just say man PWD and hit enter, and it will give me some information here. See, it will tell me the name is PWD. It's returning me, giving me the working directory name. And also it give me more information. I can also add some flag, some stuff like that. But for now, just know what's PWD for, and it will be enough. If you want to exit, you need to hit Q and voila. Is it better, Namrata?
Yes.
Good. The second command we studied, it was PWD. I told you it stands for print working directory. And as you can see, it's giving me where I am currently. I am inside user, inside the user Sam. The third command, it was ls, and it lists all the directory and folder, file and folder inside the place I am in. As you can see, it's telling me I have application, desktop, document, download, all of that inside the user SAM. Also give me the list of file as well. Is there any problem here? Is there any problem?
No, just the CD also.
I'm going to them. Don't worry, Adel. Just
Okay. Okay.
the third command we studied, it was CD. Who's raising his hand? Do you have a question? If you have a question, you can ask. So
No.
after that, we have CD.
No, sorry, I meant I understand.
Okay, good. So what is CD stand for? CD stand for change directory. Directory is just folder. For example, if I type ls, it will list all the folder and the file inside my user SAM. If I want to go inside now the desktop here, as you can see, all I have to do is can say cd change directory and I can type desktop. And here, as you can see, I don't have to write everything. If I hit tab, it will auto-complete it for me. So if I type DE, because there is nothing else called DE here, just DE, and I hit tab, it will auto-complete it for me now. If I hit enter, see, I am now inside the desktop. So CD allow me to change the directories. That means to go inside another folder. Now I am inside the desktop, as you can see. Inside the desktop, I have books, I have documents, I have Hack Your Future, I have NPM packages, I have programming, I have pro tutorial, I have reading. If I want to go inside Hack Your Future, I can also do CD Hack Your Future. Ah, voila. Because I have only one of them start with H, if I type H and I hit tab, it will auto-complete it for me. And voila, now inside Hack Your Future. How can I be sure? Well, I can use PWD and it will tell me, see, you are inside the user, you are inside SAM, you are inside desktop, you are inside Hack Your Future. Is the idea clear? Yes?
Oh yeah, I just have a question.
Mhm.
After any time that I have a CD and I enter in a new folder, and in the second time I have to type again a list to display what I have inside.
It's up to you. If you want to see what inside, you can type ls. If you already know what inside, you don't have to type ls. But I don't know what inside. That's why I'm using ls.
Okay, that's
You
clear.
understand, Adel? I don't know what is
Yeah,
inside.
yeah, I know, I
I
understand.
have a lot of stuff. That's why I type ls to see what is inside. But you don't have
Okay.
to do it. Also,
So it's not open automatically
no. All these
and
commands,
show me what is inside. Okay, that's right.
those commands are separated. They are not related. ls is just to show me what inside. That's it. I can
Okay.
go inside Hack Your Future in one step. I can do cd desktop, because I know there is desktop now. I can say slash Hack Your Future. If you know what is inside, because I already know now is inside the desktop, there's Hack Your Future. If I type this way, voila, directly it can go. So you can go inside, say, I want to go inside the desktop slash Hack Your Future. And your terminal is smart enough to go directly to Hack Your Future. You can do that as well. But you need to know what's inside, because first I know now I have desktop inside this user SAM, and inside the desktop I have a folder called Hack Your Future. So I can go in one way if I want to cd desktop slash Hack Your Future, and directly now I am inside Hack Your Future, as you can see. Yeah? Clear? Clear or not?
Yes.
Good.
Perfect.
Yeah, question? No? Good. Now, what if I want to go back? I am inside Hack Your Future. I want to go up one directory. I want to go to the desktop. Well, it's quite simple also. I just need to do cd dot click. See, I am now in the desktop. If I want to go up one directory, not inside the desktop, I want to go inside the user, the root directory. cd dot, and I am inside the user, as you can see. So I can say pwd to make sure I'm inside some, as you can see. So cd is the name of the folder. It will go inside the folder, but cd space dot, it will go up one directory. So if I am inside Hack Your Future, it will go to the parent directory, which is desktop. If I type again cd space dot, it will go inside the user SAM. Is that okay? We studied it yesterday. It should be simple. Yes, no. Guys?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Good,
clear.
good. Now let's learn a few stuff more. So let's say CD. I will go to the desktop here. I go to Hack Your Future. And inside the Hack Your Future here, let me see how much I have. Let me go inside test, CD test. No, not image, I just want test. Okay, now inside test, let's see what do I have. Inside test, as you can see, I have style, I have index, I have main, and I have readme.md, and I have image folder. And if I go to my VS Code, I am opening the same test as you can see. So I have images, I have my image inside, I have index, I have main, I have readme, I have style.css. Now, the terminal also, I can use the terminal to create a new directory. What is a directory I told you? Yes, good. Can anyone tell me what is a directory? Come on, guys. What is a directory?
It's a file or a
No,
folder.
no, it's a folder.
It's folder structure.
It's just a folder. It's just like any folder. Folder, it's just the same as directory. Okay. Folder, repo, directory, all of them are just folders. They're not files, they're folder. Okay. As you know, in the folder, you can have a lot of files inside one folder, right? Clear or not?
Yes.
Good. Now, how can I create a folder from the terminal? Which quite simple. All I have to do just make dir. It's mean make mk for make dir. That means directory, and I can name it whatever I want to. For example, let's create a directory called GS, for example. And if I hit enter, see now if I list it now, see I have now directory called GS. See the color even is different. This is a file that's in white. This in in blue, whatever. This one here, it's folder, and this one is folder. This one is file. This one is a file. If I go back to my VS Code, see now I have a folder called GS. So I can create a folder. I can create a folder from the terminal. What is the command? The command simply is make dir, one word, space, and the name of the folder, whatever I want to. And that's how we create a folder. Is it okay? Yes, no?
Yes.
Good. How can I delete a folder now? To delete a folder, I can just use rm for remove and the name of the folder, which is GS. Click. It's telling me it's a directory, so I cannot just remove it. If it's normally it cannot remove the directory, I need to add rm for remove, -r for recursive. That means I want to remove it, whatever. I just want to remove it. Sometimes it does not delete the directory because it thinks that there is folder inside it. So I need to use a flag -r and then GS and see if that will work. And now it works. If I go back, I don't have GS anymore. It's gone. Voila. I repeat it again. If I want to create a directory, mk, make dir GS, now it create a directory or a folder for me. That's GS, as you can see. Normally, it will not allow you to delete a folder, especially if there is a file inside it. It's just a security. But if I want to remove it by force, rm, I just need to add -r and the name of the folder GS. Click and it's gone. And if I go here, I don't have it anymore. Voila. Do you know now how to create a directory or folder and remove it from the terminal? Yes?
Yes.
Good. But how can I create remove directory? We've seen this one. Move is not C, copy. We don't need that. Open. Not now. Touch. Voila. Touch is nice. So how can I create a file, not a directory, not a folder? How can I create a file? Well, the command is simply touch. So it's not like that. It's touch. So if I say touch, that means I want to create a file. And this file, let's name it, for example, samir.md. Let me make sure I don't have the same file here. No, I don't. So if I say samir.md, now I say touch, click, and now if I go here, see, I have samir.md. So that's how we create a file using the command touch. How can I remove it? Well, it's simple. The same idea, rm. I can use just rm for remove, and I can just say samir .md. Click and it's removed. I don't have Samir anymore. .md. Simple. Now you know how to create a folder. Now you know how to create a file using the terminal. Is that okay? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Let me see if there is any other command I forgot. That's a little bit.
Yeah, I have a little question.
Yes.
What is the difference between mkdir and touch?
What's the difference between RM, make there like
mkdir,
that, and
yeah,
touch? Make there, we use it to create folders. That's
yeah,
a folder.
yeah, I understood.
And
It's
the
a
touch
file.
for creating files.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Okay, make
clear.
there for folders, touch for creating files.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
clear.
good. Aliases, we don't need aliases. Cat is quite interesting actually. Let's do now. If I do ls now, I have some file here. As you can see, I have readme.md, I have index.html, I have main.js, I have style.css. Now, if I want to see what is inside the readme.md, for example, I can use a command. I can say cat, it will show you what inside, what is written, what is the content of the file, the readme.md. So cat space the name of the file. If I enter it this way, see, it show me everything inside this file. Hello, I am Samir, blah, 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 blah. And if I go to this file and I click on it, see, it show me everything inside this file. So the command is called cat. Let me see something a little bit. This one is be nice. Let's do it again. Cat style.css, and it show me, see, body color 122. And if I go to my CSS, see, I have this one. So cat, what is doing here, it's try to print what is it inside this file. Is the idea clear? Yes, no?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. We will not need it for now. Tell no, WS no, script no. So that's simply the basic command of to the terminal. There is a lot more actually, but that's the most of the time you're gonna use those. Most of the time you're gonna use these guys. Let me just check quickly if I forgot anything. No. Change mode, you're rarely gonna use it, so I'm not gonna tell you. Do you know? DF no. Base name no. Dir name, you don't use the dir name. PS no. I've sent a PDF for you which include all these commands. And let me see this one. BG no. Okay, I will teach you one thing else, which is called let's see, who I am. Who am I? Now, who am I? As you can see, it's one word. Who am I? Who am I? If I'm telling you who is the user here. Who am I? If I click on it, it will give me Sam. You are the user Sam, okay? So it's probably you're not gonna use it, but it's nice to know who I am. It will give you the current user. It's one word. Who am I? The second one here is time. If you click on time like that, it will tell you the shell is blah, 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 and it will give you some information about system. It will give you about the user. Probably you're not gonna use it a lot, but it will show you just some information about the system and stuff like that. I don't think you have this command, which is called calc for calendar. Not all of you have this command. So if I click on cal, it will give me the calendar, as you can see in January, and it will be highlighting the day, which is 16. But I don't think you have this command. Some of you may have it if you are using ZSH. If you don't have it, you need to install something, I think, extra info to show this calendar. That's basically the basic command of your command line interface. Any question here? Any question?
No.
One more command here. Let's say I don't know if I have Python or not, or if I don't have any Python, or where is my Python? I can use the command which Python, for example. Let me see if that will work. No, it should be Python 3 actually. Okay, if I type which Python 3, that means I'm telling you if do I have Python on my laptop or not. It's telling me yes, you have Python. It's an OBT Home Pro Pen Python 3. So sometimes I'm not sure if I have some application or not. If I type which and the name of the application, it will tell me if it exists, it will give me the path to this application. For example, I'm saying which Python 3. If you are using Windows, it will be just Python. If you are using Mac or Linux, you need to use Python 3. It will tell me, yes, you have Python. It's an OBT Home Pro Pen, and after that, Python 3. I think that's all the command you need to know for now. If I want to go directly to the root directory, to the user, I want to go out from test and everything, I can either type cd or cd tilde, and it would tilde mean take me to the root. If I click on it, see, directly it took me to the tilde. I think that should be fine for now. We've covered a lot of stuff. There's also a lot of command here. You will not use all of them, but it's sometimes nice to cover the command I give you already. Okay, so that was the basic of CLI with terminal.
I have a question.
Yes.
Like, what is the difference between this terminal and the terminal that we have in VS Code? We can use both, like.
There is no difference between the two. The only difference is that this guy exists in VS Code. It's just more convenient when you are coding because as you can see, everything is one place. So when I program it here, instead of going to this terminal and type my command, I can just do it here in VS Code. That's the only difference between them. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Get which node OPT, which get yes, which npm yes. So you can use whatever you want to go Goldkin. You can check if you have node or get or npm. Yes, indeed. That should be fine. Let's go to the second one here, which is get. Now I told you get is a version control system. What do I mean by that? Well, if I am starting my project, if I go to my VS Code, as you can see, I'm starting my project here. As you can see, I have some changes. Whenever I make some changes, here in my source control, it will show me which files have, for example, main.js there is a letter M that's been modified. Readme.md, that's mean it's just been added now. Samir.png is just been added now. It's been updated, it's been added. So what get is doing here, get, it will tell me whenever I make some changes in my project. So we use get to track our changes. Also, get is the connection between the client, that's been your laptop here, your local machine, and the server, which is in our case, GitHub. So what makes the connection between the two is get. So get is very, very important. Now, all the time for get here, as you can see, it show me if I have a different branch or not. We studied it yesterday. So now, as you can see, I am on the main branch. I told you whenever I create a repo, I will have by default one branch called main. I think so far it's clear. Okay, now I can all the time when I make my changes, I could have different version. So all the time when I make change in file 1, file A, file B, file C, I can add my change, commit my change, and then I can make new changes, and so on and so on. So I can have different version. Now with get, the change over time. So I have version 1, version 2, version 3, 4, 5. I make a lot of changes. I add my changes in version 1. I commit them. Then same for version 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Now, in some case, when I make a mistake here, let's say I make a mistake in version 5 and I cannot fix my mistake, I want to go back in version 4. I can do that if I want to. So get allow me to do so. And that's the reason why get is so powerful, because it's not just a connection between my client, my local machine, and the server, which is GitHub. It does not only also take only or track my changes, it also can go back in time. And that's very useful for us because sometimes when we modify our code, we just break something and we cannot find where is the problem is. And in this case, the easiest way it will be to go back in time to the previous version. Is the idea clear? Yes, no?
Yes.
Very good. Now, Git is the most popular version control system. What do I mean by that? Okay, version control system, it's not just Git. We have a lot of different version control system. For example, we have Perforce, we have Git, we have a lot of them. So we have many of them. But the most popular by far is Git. Why? Because Git is free, it's open source, and it's easy to deal with. It's not that complex. So Git is just one version control system. It's one of them, but there is many actually. But the most popular by far is Git. Okay, Git, I told you, it's a software. It's just an application. We install it locally on our machine. So I have Git on my machine. You have Git on your machine. All of you have Git on your machine. So we can install it locally. What this Git is doing? Well, it tracks the changes I make to the files. Whenever I make change to a file, it will show me that I make changes. And after that, if I am happy with them, I can add them to the staging area, and then I can commit them. That should be fine. So Git track my changes. Git also makes the collaboration easy. That means if I'm working in a group, of course, I will have Git, you will have Git, and both of us can use Git to add our changes, and after that, push it to GitHub. I can also use Git to pull the changes. So if my colleagues send or push some code to GitHub, I don't have it yet. If I want his code, I can use Git also. I can just say Git pull, and it will give me his code as well. That's why what make Git powerful. Let's not go to the branch for now. Git repository, the step of this one. Let's go to this one here. Now, I told you yesterday, when we are using Git, we have actually 3 places. First, that's my current working directory. That's me. This is here my current working directory. It's my client. I make some changes. If I am happy with my changes, I can add them to the staging area. What was the staging area? Can anyone remind me what is the staging area? Ahlam, I ask you. Ahmed, or what is
Yeah.
the staging area?
Staging area is it will be on GitHub website, so it will be ready to show for the to present it for the customer or for the client or.
Yeah. Okay, good. Daria, what is the staging area?
Yeah, so it's something between your VS Code and GitHub. So you store your all your changes in a local, in local. So you just save your changes and it's stored in local.
Good. So the staging area simply, let me just go to my Excalibur draw. Where's my Excalibur draw? Just give me a second. Does anyone see my Excalibur draw or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me do this one here. So that's my working directory. That's the place I am. That's my VS Code. That's my client. We call it client, okay? Client here. Client, that means your laptop, your folder, the project you are working on currently. Then we have an area which is called staging area. That, let's say staging area. I will just name it staging. So staging area. And then I have GitHub. Let's say that's GitHub. That's the server or GitHub. Voila. Okay. Now in my client here or in my folder, when I make some changes, Git will tell me that I make some changes. If I am happy with them, I can add them to the staging area. So the staging area is just an area, as you said, between the client and GitHub. I can gather all the changes before I push them to GitHub. Simply like that. So it's an area I can add my changes, commit my changes, add them to the staging area here before I push to GitHub. Why? Because if I don't have staging area all the time, when I add my changes, I need to push them to GitHub. And pushing them each change to GitHub, it will be annoying. So the idea of the staging area is I can make my changes, add them to the staging area, add my changes to the staging area. And after that, when I gather some of them, if I want at the end of my day, maybe I can, if I'm happy with everything, then I can make one push to GitHub. Is the idea clear? Yes, no?
Yes.
Good. So a staging area is just an imaginary area. I can gather my changes before push them or I need to commit them. And when I commit them, then I can push them to GitHub. Git branching, I've talked about a little bit Git branching. I told you also Git is very powerful. Why? Because it's allowing me to create different branches. What are branches? Well, let me see. Just give me a second. Let me remove this one and I'll show you what branches are. Okay, that's cool. Now, whenever I create a GitHub repo, I will have by default one branch called main. You know that. If the repo is old, it may name master. So before you call it master, after the revolution or a demonstration in the United States, which is called Black Lives Matters, we changed this master to main. Now we are using mains. So the new one is called main. The old one, if the repo is very old, it may called master. There's no difference between them. It's just a name. I told you the main is for the final product. That means I should never ever code or add my code directly to the main. Why? Because maybe there is some code I write and my colleague wrote, let's say, we work on this code for years. And if I add my code directly to the main, I may break the whole code. If I break the whole code, no one will be happy. It will be a very big problem. So in order to do, if I'm working on a new feature, I want to add some code, I can make a copy of the main. But how can I make a copy of the main? It's simple. I can just create a new branch. And this new branch, I can name it whatever I want to. Let's name it 1, for example, now. Now, when I create a branch, it will copy all the file and the folder from the main. So I will have just copy from the main. And here I can add my code. I can add my changes, everything I want. And remember something. The code or the change I add to this branch 1, it will not affect the main. So the main stay as it is. The branches are separated. There is no relation between them. At the beginning, when I create a branch, they will have the same folder exactly, the same file and folder exactly. But after that, I can add my code to my branch. I make sure everything is working. If I'm not happy with my code, it's not a problem. I can just delete the branch. And like that, I did not affect the main. I did not break anything. But if my code is working fine, everything is good, I have different possibility here. What I can do, after I make sure everything is good, now I can push this code to GitHub. And when I push this code to GitHub, I can make a pull request. You don't know what's a pull request? So pull request simply means I am asking my colleague to add my code to the main. But here it will be on GitHub, not in here. It will not in your local machine, it will be in GitHub. So whenever I make a pull request, my colleague, they will see my code, they can review my code. If they're okay with my code, then it will allow it. They will merge my code with the main. Simply like that. Is the idea clear?
Samir,
Mhm.
I have a question. What is the difference of pull request and we're pushing also? Is it the same?
What's the difference between pull request and
Pushing.
of course there's difference. So pushing, let me just delete this one and I'll tell you what's the difference between the two.
Okay, please.
We'll see it in practice, but so pushing the code, that's your local machine. Okay, that's your client. That's your desktop.
Yeah.
You want to push your code to GitHub to the server, that's GitHub. Because
Okay.
you have your code locally, no one can access it, right? Except
Yeah.
you. So when I want my code to be available on GitHub, I'm gonna push my code like that. When I
Okay.
push my code, I have a branch. My code, it will not be on the main. It will be on my own branch here. Now,
Okay.
pull request mean I am asking my colleague, please review my code and merge it with the main. That is a pull request.
Okay. So push is happening before and pull is
Yes.
almost the final.
Yes. So
Okay.
pushing is just pushing my code from my client or local machine to GitHub. Pull request is me asking my colleague, please review my code, and if it's good enough, merge it with the main on GitHub.
Okay. So when we're done with our MD file, the student with our file, the MD, student bio file. When we pass all these command, like the lint, like that, the pre-chair, we can ask you to pull to the main.
Yes, I will show you in practice. Don't worry.
Okay.
Hack Your Future. Who's Hack Your Future? Hack Your Future. Who is it? I'm sorry. HYF.
She was talking now with you.
I know, but who was talking now with me?
I
Richard.
think it's Rachel.
No. Guys, HYV. Who is that?
But what is my name showing here in this platform?
It's HYF. Rachel, you need to change your name.
Maybe it changed
Rachel,
then.
it's you. Okay. What's my name again? My name is Samir.
Wait, I have to find how I don't know why.
No. It's okay. I was just asking because I didn't know who is HYV, who's Hack Your Futures. That's why I was confused.
Yes, but
Don't worry. It's fine. Just keep it. It's fine. It's fine. Just so
no, I need to show my name. How
Okay.
can I change this?
Don't change it later. Okay, now we know what is branching. So as you can see, I have the main branch here. That's my main branch. From the main branch, I can create 1 branch, 2 branch, 3, 4, 10, 100, depending on my project. And whenever I'm happy with my code on this branch, I can send a pull request on GitHub and ask my colleague to review my code, then merge it to the main on GitHub. We will see that in practice. Git merging, that's what's Git merging. You can also use Git merging on your local machine, but it's not useful because when I create a branch, I don't want my code to merge it with the main. Otherwise, why I created the branch? So it's always be a good idea to push my code to GitHub, then send a pull request to ask my colleague to review my code, then merge it to the main, okay? For these guys, for this command, you already did it. We do it 1 time only. Get init, you will not use it a lot because normally you will create a repo, then you will clone it. Get status, what is get status stand for? Jalal, you are here. Goldkin, what is get status stand for?
It shows the changes what's already made.
Good.
Or
So
yeah.
get status, yeah, indeed. Get status, it shows me the changes here. And as you can see, it's telling me that main.js has been modified. And I have added 2 new, one file, which is called readme.md, and a folder called image. And it's telling me it's in red colors. That means I did not add them to the staging area. Okay, that's get status. After that, I have get add. Of course, if I want to add it to the staging area, it's simple. I can just say get add and the name of my file here. Let's say I want to add readme. I can just say readme.md. If I want to add main.js as well, I can do add space main.js, main.js like that. I click. And now if I say get status again, it will show me, well, okay, I've already added or readme.md, main.js in green. That means I add them to the staging area. And the folder img in red, that means I did not add it to the staging area. Is that okay?
So we can do it also manually from the shortcut to commit the file. Is it possible?
Can I use a shortcut?
No, I mean here from the extensions.
Here?
Yeah, we can push the file manually without write this code, for example, or not?
You can do that here. From here,
yeah.
from source control, you can do it that, but I want you to use the terminal to get used to it.
Okay.
Because not always you will have this extension here, but always you will have the terminal, Ahmed, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's fine. Get status, we've seen it. Whenever I add, of course, I can use get add space dot to add everything. If I want to add everything to the staging area, I can remove a file from the staging area if I want to. So here, show me actually. If I say get status again, it will tell me if I want to remove something from the staging area, I can use get restore. Don't forget -- stage and the file name. Let's try to do it with main, for example. Main now is added to the staging area. If I want to remove it from the staging area, sometimes it could happen. I can write the command get restore -- stage, and let's the name of my file is main.js. So let's type main.js. Click. And now here, if I type again get status, yes, Daria. See now.
In what kind of situations we can remove some file from stage. For example, can you just
Yes. For example, let's say I don't want to get here. I don't want, I didn't finish with the image here. I'm still working on it. And by mistake, for example, I did get add all like that. I add everything like that. Okay. Get status like that. And as you can see, I've added everything, but I am still working on this image folder. I didn't finish. By mistake, I added. Now I need to remove it, right? So to remove it, I need just to get restore, and voila, I need to restore what we called img slash like that. Is it
But
quite-
when you, sorry, yeah, keep going.
voila. Sometimes by mistake, we add some stuff to the staging area. And in this case, if you want to remove it from staging area, you can just use this command. It's not that often, but sometimes it could happen. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, get restore, get commit. Here, of course, you know how to commit. You need, well, all the time when you add some changes to the staging area and you need to commit them. I told you this commit here, the message must be very descriptive. So it must be meaningful. When you read it, you need to understand what you did. So we say get commit, for example, here, if I want to get commit, I can just say get commit minus, and I will add a good message.
Samir, can I ask question?
Yes.
How can we rename a file or a directory if we make mistake? Can we, if we do typo or something?
What do you mean? Rename it here, you mean?
Like rename of the, yeah. Can we just do it via terminal or just direct on the?
We can do it via terminal, but we can do it via terminal. I'll go back to it. I'll teach you tomorrow that. Don't.
Okay, yeah.
You can do it via terminal, or you can just simply do it via here. Rename.
With the rename. Yeah, okay. That's okay.
But you can do it from, you can do everything from the terminal, everything. Okay, now I'm commenting my change minus M, and here it must be either single quote or double quote, and I need to add good message, add readme and main.js. Now anyone read my message know what I did. I've added a readme file, and also I modified, not add, but here modified main.js. So your message all the time must be descriptive this way. Okay, now I've commit my changes, and as you can see here, I don't have any changes except img here. Why? Because I didn't add it to the staging areas. The other one is being committed. That's, it will not show me anymore. Should be okay. Get stash not now. Get branch. I'll show you how to create a branch. Revert not now log. We've seen it. So to create a branch, let's create a branch here. Just get a branch, and then let's create a branch called Samir, for example. And now if to see all the branch, I can just say get branch, and it will show me I have two branch, main and Samir, and the active branch is main, and I have asterisk here. If I want to change to Samir, it's quite simple. I just say get check out Samir. Voila, now as you can see here, I'm inside Samir. If you are not sure where you are inside, you can use get branch again. And it shows Samir here in green and asterisk. So it means that's the active branch. Or here in VS Code, show me Samir as well. Okay, now I think that should be easy or understandable, all of that. We've gone through all of those. I will go quickly through Node. So I told you what is Node. Node simply is an environment to execute JavaScript. Let me go just to my terminal here. So Node again, Node. If I type Node, in this mode, I can type any JavaScript here, console.log, for example, which just will print my message here. Hello from Node. For now, you don't need more than that. Voila, and hello from Node, as you can see. So Node is just environment to execute JavaScript. The browser also is environment to execute JavaScript. It's just the browser is one environment, Node is another environment. If you want to exit it, Control-C twice, and voila. You don't need more than that. NPM, I told you, NPM is Node Package Manager. We use it to install packages. If you want to install any package, you just say NPM installs the name of the package. If you want to update a package, NPM update. Here is wrong. This one is not correct. NPM update and the name of the package. This one does not exist. If you're just cloning the repo and you already have package.json, you can just write npm install like yesterday we did. If you want to run a script like we did yesterday as well, npm run and the name of the script, it will run it for you. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go back to our Markdown, then we go to our project. Markdown is just a I know it's called Markdown, but actually it's a markup language. I told you markup language like HTML, like CSS, like Markdown. They are just they're not really programming language. They're just using some tags to do something. Markdown is the easiest language ever, or the easiest markup language ever. We have different heading, as you can see. As I told you, you have heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here we can, just like H1, H2, H3, and until H6 in HTML, we can define the header using H. And I've seen most of you make no space. You need to make a space. Okay, so hash, make a space, then it will show you in a different color. Paragraph, you can just, it's normal text, then you can make 2 spaces. Bold, 2 asterisk or 2 underscore. I'm going fast because we studied yesterday. Italic, 1 asterisk. If I want it to be bold and italic, 3 asterisk. Block quote here, I've shown you, it will show you just a little bit like in gray color. Order list, 1, 2, 3, 4 dot. An order list, just like in HTML. Here, order list OL and order list UL. But here is just minus, minus, and space. Code block, I've shown you, you need to use backtick, as I told you. Let me go to my VS Code. So if I want to use any JavaScript, see something, backtick 1, 2, 3. And I can type here HTML, or I can here JavaScript, and here I can type console.log. And as you can see, it shows a color for me. Hello. So it's colored for me, as you can see. And voila. I can do it for HTML if I want to, for CSS, everything is the same. I just need to type HTML like that. And of course, because it's not HTML, it doesn't show me the color. I can type CSS if I want to. HTML, Python, PY if I want to. If it's Python, it will work. And so on. But it needs to be backtick. 3 backtick. Images, it's just exclamation mark. And here I have square bracket. And here's the description. And the link here is the absolute path or the relative path to my image. Horizontal rules, 3 dashes. And the link here, it says close to image, but without exclamation mark. Table, it's just you need to draw a table using pipes. So horizontal pipe is this one. So that's what you call horizontal pipe, as you can see. You can use those, and you can use minuses to create tables. I think that should be okay. Is everything okay so far? Question before I move to the project? Question?
No questions.
No.
All the time, we have different type of issues. The first issue I've shown you, which is called rule call. Now, rule call all the time, if the class is online, I will create a rule call and I'll share it with you, and you need to comment on it like that every day you are online. Other than that, I will not know that you are following me online. Okay? So this one helps me to decide if you are present or not. This is the first type of issue. We call it rule call. Is that okay? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the second type of issue, which is called deliverables. Deliverables, that means a task you need to do. For example, student bio is a task you need to do. A group introduction is a task you need to do. GitHub profile is a task you need to do. So now I need to create a deliverable issue. But how can I create a deliverable issue? Well, I can just read through this one. I will go to my home repo all the time. A rule call, deliverable, and check-in issue. You don't know what check-in issue yet, but all of them must be inside the home. So you'll go to the home repo of your class, you click on issue, and you will create it here. Is that clear? Again.
Can you repeat it again?
I'll repeat it again. All the time, we have, for me, we have this issue here, the specials are for me. This issue, which is called rule call, deliverable, and check in, these three type of issue, you always need to create them in the home repo. So you will go to your class organization, and then you will go to home, and inside the home, you click on issue here. You need to create them here. Is the idea clear?
Yeah.
You need to make sure it's BF front-end class 2024/home, not Hacker Future, not anything. You need to make sure you are inside your organization and inside home. So if you go to the home repo, you can click on issue, and now I will create a deliverable issue. I'm just going to create it one time, and after that, you need to know how to create it. So how can I create a deliverable issue? Well, it's quite simple here. I'll click on new issue. Here, I need to write my name. So what is your first name? My name is Samir, space. I will add dot. What is the current module? What is the current module?
Workflow.
Workflows. And then what is the current project we are working on? It's called student bio, right? Yes, no?
Yes, it's student
Yes.
bios.
See, it's what's written here. Your name, workflow, student bio. So I'm going to copy the student bio because that's the name of my project. And I'm going back to my issue, and I put here like that, and I'll make it lowercase or everything lowercase. So I need to add it this way: Samir space double point here or a colon, workflow, that's the module, the current module, and then colon, the name of my project. The current project is student bio. Next, you will have another project. That's fine. Who is now? This project is individual. That means each one is working by himself. So I'm going to click on assignment or assignee, and I will assign it to myself because I'm the only one working on this project. Second, I can go again here. What label should I add? Individual. That means I am working by myself. If it's group, you have another label called group. Deliverable. That means it's something you need to do. It's a project you are working on. And week one. Week one, because we are in week one. If it's week two, I will add week two. If it's week three, I will add week three. Is that okay? Yes? No. Let's go back to the issues then. And now I need to add individual. So I'm going to click on label, and I'm search for individual. That's individual. I need to add also deliverable. So if I say deliverable, that's deliverable. And also I need to add week one because here I am in week one. Click. Well, I've added three labels: deliverable, individual, week one. Now for the project, very important note. We only add the deliverable issue, only the deliverable issue. The check-in issue, the roll call, you don't care about it. The check-in, we don't add it to the project board. So I'm going to click here, only the deliverable issue we added to the project. So I'll click on here. I have only one project board, which is called deliverable. I name it deliverable because here my issue is a deliverable issue. It's a project you are working on. So I'm going to click on that. Voila. Fine. Milestone. What is a milestone? Well, I click on it. As you can see, it's all your module. What is the current module I'm working on? It's
Workflows.
Yeah, one workflow. Great. So now, as an assignee, I add it only for myself. If it's a group, I will add all my colleague here, but currently I am alone. The labels, deliverable, because it's a project I need to do. Individual, that means it's me, only me. It's not a group. Week one, why? Because currently I am in week one. I told you some module is 1 week, some module 2 weeks, some of them 3, some of them 4. So it depends on the week. Now, what I need to do, I need to go back to my assignment here. Do you see this checklist here? I'm going to come here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to my issue, and I'm going to paste it this way. Click, and I'm going to submit the new issue. And voila. As you can see now, I have a new issue here, which is called Samir Workflow Student Bio. And I have deliverable, individual week one as a label. And also I've added to the workflow. Rahma created one as well, but as you can see, it's not like mine. So to make it...
Sorry, I'm just trying.
It's fine, it's fine. So to make it better, I'm gonna remove this one. I'm gonna remove this space. Rahma, it's okay. I'm gonna save this one. And here, that's good. You need to assign it to yourself. So Rahma, where is Rahma? Rahma.
Done, yeah.
Yes. And in here, I need to add it to the project board. Why? Because it's a deliverable. So I'm going to click on this one. Voila. I need to add, if you see no status, I need to click on it and I add to do. And then here, I'm going to choose a milestone. That's my module, which is called workflow 1. And after that, I need to come here, click on this 3-point, edit, and I need to remove those and add this checklist and update it. Voila. And now your issue is ready. Now, what I want from you to do the same exactly like Rahma and I did. So please create your your deliverable issue now. I'm going to stop the recording, waiting for you until you finish. When you add your deliverable, again, I am telling you only the deliverable issue we added to the project board here. That's why I name it deliverables. So whenever you have a project you want to do, you create your project you create your issue for the first time, it must be in to do. That means you need to do this project. When you start working on it, you need to move it to doing. That means you are currently working on this project. When you are done from the project totally, you want me to review it, you will move it to ready for review. After that, I will come and then I'll review your project. If your project is good enough, I will move it to done. If you see your project in done, that means it's good enough. If it's not good enough, I'll leave you some comment and I will move it to need a revision. If you saw your ticket in need a revision, you know that I have some comments. And what you're going to do, you will come here, you will move it to doing. You'll see my comment, you will modify your project. And when you are done, you will move it again to ready for review. I will come again, review your project again. And if it's good enough, I will move it to done. Is the idea clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's quite simple. So in the beginning, it will be in to do. When you start work on it, you move it to here, doing. So like that, everyone know in the team that you are currently working on this issue. And when you are done totally from your project, you want me to review it, you will move it to ready for review. If I came here now, this is my job after that. If I come here and I review it, it was good enough, I will move it to done. If it's in done, that means it's good. If it's not in done and move it in need a revision, you will come, you will know directly that you have some comment on your project. So you will move it to doing again. You will see my comment, you will modify your project. And if you are done, you will move it again to ready for review. And then I will come again, review it again. If it's good enough, I'll move it to done. If not, again, need the revision and so on and so on and so on. Is the idea clear?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Samir, excuse me. Could you please just from the very beginning where we are going to the home projects?
Yes, always you will be in home repo.
Okay.
You are in the home. In home, we have code, we have issue, right? We
Yeah.
have something called project.
Okay.
Click on project, you have only one project board. That's what we call project board. This project board for deliverable. That means only for the task you need to do. If you click on this one, voila. As you can see, because I add your deliverable issue to the project board, all of them are here. Now, when you start working on your project, you need to move it here. So I know that you currently start working on your project. When you are totally done, you need to move it to ready for review. And after that, I will come, review your code. If it's good enough, I will move it to done. If not, I will leave some comment and move it to need a revision. If you show your ticket in need a revision, you need to move it again to doing and see my comment, then modify your project. And when you are done, you need to move it again to ready for review. And then after that, I will come again and move it to need a revision and done. Do not move your ticket directly to need a revision or done. Don't do that. It's my job here, okay? Is that okay?
It's okay.
Good. So that's simply what we call deliverable issue. Deliverable issue, we add it to the project board. We have a project board only for the deliverable issue. And you need to create it all the time. If you go to your organization, you go to the home, they need to be inside home here in issue. Voila. So all the deliverable need to be here. Is that okay?
It's okay.
So currently, you know, two type of project. Oh, I'm sorry, two type of issues. The first one is a rule call. And rule call, all you have to do, just make a comment when we are online, so I know you are present in the class. I'm still recording, right? Yes. The second type of issue, which we created in the home repo, it's called deliverable, and deliverable mean a project you need to do. And for deliverable, all the time, you need to add them to the project board here, as I told you. And of course, you need to add the milestone as well. And label, it will be depending on the project, but mostly it will be deliverable, individual. If you are working alone, if it's a group, it will be group. And depending on the week, either week 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. And you need to assign it to yourself. If it's a group project, you need to assign it to all members. So you need to add more members. I can add more if I want to. Here. For example, I can add Samir if I want to as well. And now, as you can see, 2 persons like that. So if it's a group project, you can add more assignee. And if it's deliverable project, of course, you need to add it to the project board. But if it's anything else, you will not add it to the project board. Only deliverable issue, we add it to the project board. And if you click on the project, we have our deliverable. And in here, this project, this was what called project board. It show me what you are currently working on. For now, I know Daria, Rachel, and Umra and Rodika, they are currently working on their project. When they are done, they will move it to ready for review. I know it's ready for review, and after that, I can review it. And if it's good enough, I will move it to done. If it's not good enough, I will move it to need a revision and leave a comment. If your issue is in need a revision, you will bring it again to doing. You will read my comment, you will modify your code, and then move it again to ready for review when you are done. Is the idea clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Perfect. Now we will go to the third type of issue before we start our project. The third type of
I'm in home, but in issue it's nothing, and in projects it's also nothing. So why I don't see it? All the projects.
With me.
Sorry?
Can you share screen with me?
Okay. Share screen. Okay, sure. So I'm here, yeah, in home.
Okay,
and here is projects.
Just a second, Agnieszka. What is the organization? What's the organization name? Hack Your Future. What is your organization?
Is this one? It's not this one?
Of course not. No, of course not this one. That's your organization, and that's your home.
So I will go here, yeah. Okay. Projects.
Yes, and now you have project called Deliverable. Not here, not here, not here. Go home. Click on repository. Click on repository. Go home.
At home.
And now you have project. Click on one project. You have one project. See project.
Okay.
And now you have deliverable.
Okay, I have it. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
Guys, make sure you can stop sharing your screen.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen again. Guys, please make sure that the organization is your organization. I have more than 10 organizations. Make sure your organization is BF Frontend Class 2024. Is that okay? That's your organization. Make sure 100% it's this one. And from this organization, you can go to everywhere you want. When you click on the workflow, it will take you to different organization. You don't hack your future. It's not your organization. Yes, your module is there, but that's not your home repo. It's not your organization repo. All I care about is this one. Okay, I am care about the repo, but your organization is not this one. Your organization is this one, which is called BF Frontend Class 2024, and you need to go home. Okay? Okay, so now we have two types of issue we've seen so far. We've seen the rule call, and we've seen the deliverables. The third type of issue, I'm going to create one also, and you need to create one also. Now, deliverable, before I move to the third type of issue, deliverable, it will be one deliverable per project. That means If I go to the workflow now, let's go to the workflow. So I'm gonna click on workflow. Now for workflow for this week, I have 3 projects. So I have here GitHub profile, group introduction, and student bio. How many projects do I have? I have 3, right? How many deliverable issues I need?
There are 3 deliverable issues.
Exactly. So now currently I'm working on this project. I have 1 deliverable issue. When you're working on this project, you will create 1 deliverable issue as well. And when you're working on the GitHub profile, you also will create another deliverable issue. Okay. So each time you work on a project, you need to create a deliverable issue. Now for the group project here, you do for the group project, you need to create actually 2 deliverable issue. One, it will be individual for, no, I'm sorry. For the group project, you need all your group, you need to create 1 issue, 1 deliverable issue only. If it's a group project. Is it clear? Yes, no?
Yes.
For a group, we
Yes.
create one in one group.
Yes. So if
Okay.
now your project is individual, each one is creating 1 deliverable issue. But if it's a group, you will create only 1. We will
Okay.
see that in the next project.
But we include all our names in that
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, all of you create 1 deliverable issue if it's group project. We will see that in group introduction, which
Yeah.
is later. Okay, so now we know for each time you work on a project, you need to create a deliverable issue, and it must not be inside Hack Your Future here. No, it must be inside. I need to go back. BF frontend class /home here. That's good. The last type of issue, we call it check-in issue. So what is check-in issue? The check-in issue, it also need to be in the home. So currently, the rule call issue, the deliverable issue, and also the check-in issue, all of them must be inside home. All of them must be here all the time. They must be your organization /home. You need to create them here. But what is the check-in issue? Well, the check-in issue simply is an issue where I can track what you understand, what you don't understand. But how can I create it? Well, it's quite simple. So what I can do now, Melina, are you there, Melina? Melina? I don't remember how we structured it last class, so let me go to the last class and see how we did it. Issues, close one. Yeah, it's deliverable. It's deliverable. I want chicken. All of that are deliverable. So let me go to 15. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back. Let me close this one. So now I want to create a check-in issue. Now, check-in issue, it will be 1 check-in issue per module. What do I mean by that? For the workflow, I will have 1 check-in issue. For agile development, I will have 1 check-in issue. For HTML, CSS, 1 check-in issue. For Welcome to JS, it doesn't matter how many weeks. It will be 1 check-in issue per module. Is the idea clear?
It's clear, yes.
So for check-in, it will be 1 per module, not like deliverable 1 for each project. Sorry. So let me create a check-in issue. How can I create it? Well, I will say new issue. I will type again my name, Samir. My module here. What's the name of my module? It's workflow.
Workflow.
How many weeks?
Week 1.
Week 1.
How many weeks I have this module? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
1 week.
So I just say 1 week. Voila. If it's 2 weeks, I will make it 2 weeks. If it's 3, I'll make it 3. If it's 4, I will make it 4. And of course, the name of my module. That's what we call check-in issue. Same, Samir, your name, workflow was the name of my module. How many weeks this module is? Of course, to know how many weeks, it's quite simple. All you have to do, just go to, you will go to the home repo. That's the home repo. If you go to the home repo and click on home, it's written here, each module, how many weeks? Workflow 1, agile development 1, HTML, CSS 2, and so on, 3, 4, 5, and like that, I know how many weeks, okay? So let me go back here. I have 1 week, everything's fine. I need to assign it to myself. again. What is the label? Well, here it will be check-in. See, check-in. And after that, it will be individual. And here it will, because it's alone for each one, and week one. Voila. So check-in, not deliverable, check-in, individual. It will always, for check-in, it will be individual, and week one. For project, I will not add check-in issue to a project board. Why? Because I don't have a project board for check-in. I only have for deliverables. That's why I will not add it. So we do not add check-in issue to project board. But milestone, I need to add it. Milestone, yeah. Okay, that should be fine. And now all I need to do, I will submit my issue. That's okay. That's fine. It's not bad. I don't add it to the project board again. Why? Because it's check-in issue. Now, what I need to do, I need to go to my module. What is my module? What is my module?
The workflow module.
Workflow. I will click on workflow. I'm going to here, as you can see. You remember the learning objective? I'm going to click on this one. And I'm going to copy all the learning objective. So in each class, we have learning objective. So I'm going to copy those. All of that, all of that, all of that. I'm going to the top. Only the learning objective. Voila. I'm going to copy this one. I'm going back to my issue. Let's go back. Let's cancel the change. I don't want any change. Let me go back. I need to go back again to home. Click on home. Issue. And that's check-in issue. I'll click on that. I'm going to click on 3-dot, edit. And I'm going to paste. Voila. And I can review it also. And as you can see here, I need to paste all the learning objective. For each module, I need to paste the learning objective here. Voila. And now I can update my comment. And that's what we call the check-in issue. So the check-in issue, all the time, you need to paste here the learning objective. And also, if you fork the repo, for example, the workflow here, sometime I need my own copy. For each module, I can have my own copy. So you can fork it if you want to. And maybe because in some module, you need to do some exercises. So you need to have your own fork. You can also link your fork here if you want to at the top. But for now, it's fine. Now I come here, folder structure. Do I understand what folder structure is? Yes, I understand. I will check it like that. Do I know how to open the terminal? Yes, I'll check it. Do I know how to navigate up and down using CD and CD space ... Yes, I know. Click. And so on. So everything I understand, I will check it. Everything I do not understand, I'm gonna leave it without checking. And like that, I know what you understand and what you do not understand. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Good. Now, if you cannot have the learning objective, you can come to my issue. You can click on this one. You can edit, and then you say Control A and Control copy. So you can copy it from my issue, the learning objective. It's okay. Now you need to create all your check-in issue. You can copy again the learning objective from me. Remember, do not add it to the project board. We only add deliverable issue to the project board, but add the milestone, add the labels, and of course, assign it to yourself and add the learning objective. Okay. Let's go to Samuel. Samuel, try to be consistent. Here, just make it lowercase. And week one also, no, do not make it 1 week, one like that. Make it 1 week, so I know it's 1 week or 2 weeks. Do exactly like I am doing, 1 week like that. It's wrong again, Samuel. You are copying it wrongly. That's not the case. See, you need to have those stuff here. So you need to have this list here to check it. Voila. And now if you click on it, it will be checked or unchecked. Okay, Rodica. Good. Rodica, you are, guys, why you are pasting it this way? You are not copying from mine. That's not how it is. You need to go to this three dot, click, edit, and then Control A and Control copy. You need this list as well, everything. It should show you this way. Your check-in issue must be very organized like that. Otherwise, I will not be able to track you. It must be like a checklist so I know which one you understand, which one you did not. Okay. Now you have Samuel. You can now copy from Samuel. You just click on here, edit, Control A to copy everything, and then Control V to paste it here. I'm gonna delete my issue because I don't need issue for myself. Clicky, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. I need to remove you. I don't want to assign it to myself. And let me close this issue. Voila. Okay. Daria. Very good. Good, good, good. Very good. Now what I want from you guys, everything you understand, go through this learning objective. Everything you understand, check it. Just click on it, check it this way. If you don't understand, leave it unchecked. Omran, very good. Good, good, good. Ahmad, I did check yours. Yana, good. Good. So that's the three type of issue. These issues are special. That means they are for me, actually, for me to track your job. There's another type, normal issue, when you do a project, but we will do it later when we build a project. But this type of issue, which is deliverable, check-in, and rule call, all the time they must be in the home repo of your organization. Okay. Now, if you come to the workflow and you click on check-ins, click, you need to see your issue. If everything is correct, you need to see your issue here. So Rodika is okay, Daria is okay, Ahmed is okay, Imra is okay, Yana is okay, Gotling, it's okay, but you didn't assign it to yourself. Why Goldkin? I told you the check-in issue, we do not add it to the project board. Only the deliverable issue we added to the project board. Okay, you need to assign it to yourself, Rachel. And here, project, we don't add it, good. Please copy paste the deliverable, the learning objective from anyone.
Samir, I tried to copy, but it's always not giving me the checkbox when I copy.
Why?
I
have the
already,
same problem.
I cannot copy the same with the checkbox, so I can fill up the checkbox also.
Okay, why then it's working with me? If I click on this one and I click on this one, it's give me everything. Just say Control A, Control copy. Don't worry, I'll make this one for you. And that's the first and last time I'm making for you.
I don't know, Samir, if you can see mine, but I also checkbox.
Fine, fine, I'm checking.
I just submitted.
You need to learn how to do those stuff. That's because you're gonna do them every time, every project, every module. You need to learn how to do it yourself. Good. Good, 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 good. Yes. Ramya. Ramya, I told you to assign it yourself. No, 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 that's not what I want.
Samir, the command to delete the folder, it was rm to delete the file.
It's the same for file and folder.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ramium. Okay. Rahma. Rahma, why you didn't assign it to yourself, Rahma?
Yeah, I'm still looking for the learning objective it was.
Okay, I pasted for you. And you need to add the milestone again.
Ah, yeah, milestone, yeah.
And you need to assign it to yourself. Okay. Adil, Adil, I told you it's not like that, Adil. Colon, and here make it lowercase, just I did. And here make a colon between them. Adil, that's not gonna work. Okay. Who is I here? Good link. You already have one. Why you create a new one?
Hello, Samir.
Yeah, I see there is a new issue created by you.
Samir,
Yes, I can hear you, Samuel. Yes.
I was trying to check for myself in the check-in, but I couldn't see my name inside.
Where is your name? Samuel, Samuel, Samuel. Yeah,
I
but
only,
that's yours. Do you see my screen?
yeah, I see a screen.
That's good. Everything is good. I fixed it already.
Okay.
Yeah, but what the hell is that? It's not opening anything. Good link, you already create this issue. That's extra. Could you please close it? Hmm. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Shit, I cannot even delete it. I mark as closed. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Do you know now the difference between deliverable issue and check-in issue and roll call issue? Does everyone know what's the difference between them now?
Yes.
Is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, 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 good. Now, what we need to do now, we'll go back to our deliverable issue. I think I closed my deliverable issue, so let me open it again. Yeah. Let me just reopen issue. Let's go to our deliverable issue here. And I'll go to my deliverable issue, which will be, where's Samir, Samir. Should be here. Voila. I remove everything here. Don't worry about that. I removed all the label, but that's okay. I wrote my Markdown locally on a new branch. So when you create a new branch and write your Markdown, you will check this one. And then here my bio file is named correctly as the name as GitHub. So that's the step I explain in your project. So you're gonna do that. You're gonna, if every step you do, you're gonna check it like that. Click, click, click. Voila.
Sorry, but it doesn't work for me. The checkbox.
Why it doesn't work?
It didn't show up. No.
Share your screen with me. Oh. Because you don't have checkbox, Ahlam. Because you don't have checkbox. Okay, let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen again. Click here. Ahlam. That's yours?
Yes.
But that's not how it is, Ahlam. It's not working for you because you don't have checkbox. Now you have them. And now if you try it, it will work.
But why it didn't show up for me?
Because you are not copy pasting them correctly.
Okay.
Okay. Now if you try, it should work for you. Where is Ahlam? They should work now.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So, okay, whenever I start, where's my issue again? I still have 40 minutes, it will be enough. So let me add this one again to the project board because I removed it from the project board. I'll add it to deliverable because it's a deliverable issue. So what I can do here, I can go to my project board here. I can go to deliverable. I can look for my issue Samir. And when I start working on it, I will move it to do. So everyone knows that I'm currently working on it. I can put it here. Okay, so what should I do? Well, it's quite simple. I can all the time go in here to see my step. Click student bio. So first, what do I need to do? I need to create deliverable issue. I did create it. I need to assign it to myself. I did. I need to add the label. I did. I need to copy the checklist. I did. I need to add the project to deliverable board. I did. I need to add the milestone. I did. Now I need to clone the repo or the home repo. So let's go to the home repo. Where is my home repo? I need to just go back. That's my home repo. I'll click on that. And now what I need to do, I need to remember that's your organization home repo. I'll click on this one. I'll copy this one. I'm going to my terminal. Am I recording?
Yeah, you
No,
are.
I think
No, I am recording, yes.
you're recording. Okay.
Going to my terminal now, I need to go to the place, the folder, which is called Hack Your Future. Most of you created. So I'm going to do CD, desktop, Hack Your Future. And in Hack Your Future, I don't have any home here. So I can clone it here. So I will just say get clone, and I'm going to clone the repo. Clicky. Now it's been cloned. Good. Now I say ls. Now I can see him home here. Now I can open it, open VS Code from my terminal, or if I cannot open it from my terminal, I can open it in VS Code. I will open it from here. So CD home. If I click on this one, now I am inside home. As you can see, the branch is main. So I can just open code dot. That's mean open everything in VS Code, and just open everything in VS Code. But I think I have multiple VS Code if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay, that's my home repo. So I need to make sure that the title is home, not anything else. Like that, I know I open my repo in the correct place. And if I open my terminal, it should show me the main branch. So I know I am inside my repo. If you are not inside your repo, if you are in the parent folder, it will not work. You need to make sure, because I clone the home repo, as you see, it's a home repo here. It's called home. This one here, the title here should be home. Now the first step I need to do, I need to create a branch, right? Yes, no? So the first step here, if I go back to the workflow and go to the step here, I need to create a branch. So why? Because I told you I should never ever work on the home or the main branch, right? Yes, no?
Okay.
So the first step I need to do, I need to create a branch. So I need to say get branch, and the branch I will name it Samir, my name bio, because it will be my bio. You can name it your name, it's fine. In general, it's bad practice to name the branch by your name. We name it according to the future. For example, if you are building the title of the website, you name it title. If you are building the footer, you name it footer. But here, because it's my bio, I will name it just Samir bio, one word, and camel casing. So Samir, and then the first word, it will be lowercase, and the second word, it will be bio. That's one convention. So now I've created one branch. Now I need to go to my branch. And my branch here, I just say get check out Samir bio. And voila, now I am in Samir bio. How could I know? Well, it's written here, and also it's written here Samir bio. Now I know I am on my branch. After I am sure I created a new branch, now I need to install the dependency. So I'm coming here, run npm install. Why npm install? Because I have package.json. I told you, whenever you have package.json, you need to check div dependency and dependency. Those means that they are library, that I need to install them. Div dependency, we need them while we are writing our code. Dependency, we need them in production. It doesn't matter. If you have div dependency or dependencies, that means I need them. But should I install each library separate? So it's npm install at lslength/lslength? No. If you have package.json, you can just say npm I or install. And npm is very smart. It will go to package.json. It will check the div dependency and the dependency, and it will install all the packages for you. Click, and voila, as you can see. Now I know it installed all the packages for me, and it will create node_module for me folder. I don't care about it. I will never touch it. But I know now I install all the dependency on my branch. So that's okay. What's the next step? What should I do? Well, I will go to student bio here. In the image, I already have my image. If you want, you can add your image here. It's fine. In the student bio, exactly in the student bio, I will need to create a new file. This file must be, the name of this file must be exactly as my GitHub username. So my GitHub username, all lowercase Samir, M00, dot, it must be an MD file. If your GitHub username starts with capital letter, it must be capital letter. It must be exactly as your GitHub username. Now, if I go to my GitHub username, let's go to my GitHub username so you know how to find your GitHub username. See, that's my GitHub username. It must be exactly like this one. If it's uppercase, it must be uppercase. Lowercase, it must be lowercase, exactly like this one here. And that's why I name it Samir M00. After I added my image, and after I add my markdown here, now I need to write some information about myself. Now, I've already wrote some stuff, so I don't have to write it. I'm just going to copy paste it. But your job, of course, you need to write it. So let me copy this one. I'm going to Samir M, and I'm going to paste this guy here. That should be okay. Now, after you install or you add your, it's not Samir BB, actually it's Samir 00. I can either rename this one, because as you can see, it's not the same. So let me rename it. Actually, it will be better. Click. I do not need to see weird image names. Maybe I can try to do it again. So to try to connect an image, all the time I will start from dot slash and inside the image and Samir PNG, and voila, that's my name. I will make everything is fine. After I'm quite sure everything is fine, now I need to make sure that the code I write, the MD I write, it's good enough. But how could I know it's good enough or not? You're still following me, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now what I can do, yes, if you have a question, you can ask. Now, to make sure that the code I wrote is good enough, I need to run this script, the first one. This first one here. You will not touch update. Updates, that's not for you. So I can just run my script. How can I run a script using NPM? How can I run a script using NPM?
npm run.
npm run format.
Run, the name
Format.
of this format. Exactly. So I'll type format. Click. I'm checking. Do I have any error here? No, I have nothing. It's good.
No.
Good. Now I need to, the second script is check, right? Format check here. I'll do the same. Well, all good. I'm lucky. Then spell check. NPM, the command is always NPM run. And then spell check. Click. Now everything is green. If I see anything red, that means I have some word which my editor cannot recognize. I'm gonna just scroll, find anything? No, everything is good. That means everything is fine. If you find any red stuff that say a word is unknown, you need to add it to here, .c spell. So you will add a comma, just like here. You will come to the down here in Word, you will add a comma, and then you will add it inside double quote, not single quote, because this is a JSON. We will study JSON later. So you add a comma, and then you will add with an unknown word, and after that, it will be known. Okay, I'm lucky. That's fine. Let's complete it. Now I have length ls and length md. So let's try to do the length ls. Length ls, not md. Well, I don't have any problem, which is good. Let's try length md, which is good as well. Perfect. Now, after I am sure that everything I wrote is good enough, after I'm 100% sure I have my image, my Markdown working correctly, if I click on this one, voila, it's working fine, everything is good. Now what I can do, I can now add my changes. As you can see, I've had 3 changes. So I have added MD, Samir PNG, I delete this one and I add a new image. So when you rename something, Git will think that you delete the old one and add a new one. So that's okay. Now what I can do, I'm quite sure I am on my own branch, Samir 00, or Samir bio. So I can just say git status. Okay, it's showing me that I delete the image Samir M00 and I add my image and here. You need to be careful. You need to make sure that's only your change. You need to add only the change you made, not all the change. So if what you're going to change is only in student bio. That means my change only need to be in student bio. And indeed, all my changes in student bio. Okay, now I can just say git add all, because I am sure that the change here, all are my change. Now I can add a comment, get commit. I can commit it. So I can say here, I need to add good message, add Samir bio. Voila. Good message, short, good message. Click. Now I need to push my code. How can I push my code? I will say get push. But the problem is when I say get push, see what's telling me. It's telling me, okay, now if you go to the home repo, where is my home repo? It's here. If I go to the home repo and I go to the branches, I only have one branch, right? How many branches do I have?
One, the main.
One. That means this branch, Samir bio, I do not have it on GitHub. So what Git is telling me, okay, but you don't have this branch on GitHub. To create this branch, I want you to run this command. So Git is very smart. Git, it will tell you what to do. So I'm going to just copy this command and I'm going to just paste it. And like that, Git, it will push and create a new branch for me on GitHub. So click and voila. Now, after I did this one, my job is finished. Now I will go to GitHub. Voila. As you can see now, what happened? Well, what happened here, I have Samir bio, which is in a new branch. Let me refresh it. This Samir guy, he's created on a new branch. See, now I have seen my new branch here. It's telling me that some guy push a new code here. He cannot push it to the main because I didn't push it to the main. I push it to my own branch. So what should I do now? And now I need, after I push, it was Rahma asked me this question, it was Rachel actually. What's the difference between pushing and pull request? I did push my code now, right? Now I need a pull request. So how can I do that? I will click on this one, compare and pull request. After I create this compare and pull request, you need to make sure So here, as you can see, it will telling me I'm going to send the code from the Samir bio to main. And that's what I want to. And here it will be, what the comment was at Samir bio, it written for me. And here, actually, I can write what I did here. For example, I can just say, let me go to my stuff here. Where is my deliverable issue? Let me go here. Let me go to my deliverable issue. Home. That's backend, that's not frontend, sorry. Where is the front end? That should be the front end, yes. Okay, click. I need to go to my check-in issue, my deliverable issue, click. Where is my deliverable issue? Where is my, or anyone deliverable issue? It's fine. Now I need these steps. So what I can do here, I can just copy this one. Except the last one, link assign the PR to myself. Well, actually, I don't need that. Let me just forget this one. Let's go back to my pull request. It was this one. So now what I need to do, I need to write my step. What did I do? So I will make it as a checklist. To make it as a checklist, I need to add minus and then 2 bracket, but space between them. What did I do here? What did I do? What was the step I did to create this issue when I start my code? Can anyone tell me what did I did?
You wrote Markdown locally on your branch?
First you cloned the project on
So
your
clone the home repo. The first step, it was cloning the home repo. What was the second step? Create
branch.
Yes. A new branch. What was the name of the branch?
Samir bio.
Exactly. So it will be Samir bio like that. Okay. What did I do after that?
Creating
npm.
Yeah, npm.
Install. So I will say run npm install. Just the logic step I did. Run npm install. What did I do after that? Create
file.
Yes, create a new
MD.
file. What was the name of the file? Samir m00.md, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
After that, what did I do?
Add new image.
Picture.
Yes, add my image to img folder. What did I do after that? Add info about me to which file? Samir m00.md. After that, what did I do?
You check the code with
Yes.
MD.
Yes. I made the code quality check. Make sure I can write all the script if I want to. So just say run npm run format. That's the first one. Then npm run npm run. What was format check, right?
Yeah.
What was the third one? npm run
length md.
Check. Yes. What was the last one? Run npm run length ls. The last one was run npm run length md. What did I do after that? Add my changes to where?
To the branch, to the staging area.
Staging area. After that, what did I do? Commit
the new code, the new file.
Commit my changes. That's it. After that, what did I do? Push. Yes. Push my code to GitHub.
Yeah.
After that, what did I do? Now I will make pull request. Pull request, the shortcut is PR, just mean pull request.
Okay.
Okay, and then I can add labels, I can whatever I want to. So that's all the logical step I did. Now what, after that's how we create a pull request. Now after that, because when my colleague come to review my code, they need to know what I did. So I'm gonna come and I need to, after that, check all of that. So now reviewer, who I want to review my code. Let's say in your case, it will be me. But in my case, I don't want let's say I want Adil to review my code. So I want someone to review my code because it will be my colleague. This issue assigned to who? Who did it? Who did this issue?
Yourself.
Yes, I need to assign it to myself. What the label is? Student?
No.
Student bio.
Student bio, yeah.
How could I know? Well, as you can see here, in make a PR, add a coach as a reviewer, add label student bio. Okay. So you need to add student bio. Add student bio. Was a project, we don't add to the project board. We don't add milestone because this one is a pull request. Okay. So pull request, we don't add to the project board. Pull request, we don't never add it to the project board. We don't add the milestone. We don't add anything for pull request. And after that, create pull request. And voila. And after that, as you can see in the pull request, now I have one pull request, Samir bio. The guy who created it was Samir. And of course, it will not be merged. And now Adil here need to approve it so I can add it. If Adil did not approve it, I will not be able to add it. And of course, I need to come to check all of those because my colleague, Adil, when he come to review my code, he need to know what I did. And voila. That's how we make a pull request. And that's what you need to do. Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I can also maybe add, make a pull request, add here, add assignee or reviewer, for example, add reviewers because some people need to review my code. Add one reviewer or reviewer. That's the last step. I can update it and here add reviewer. Voila. And simply that's what you need to do. Now, after I did all of that, what I need to do here, I need to do something. You see my pull request? Do you see my pull request?
Yeah.
You see my pull request? I need to copy this one. So I will copy this link. Voila. I'm going to copy it. Remember, that's my pull request, huh? Pull request, Samir pull request. I'm going to copy this one. And then now I need to go to my deliverable issue. Where is my deliverable issue? Well, I need to go to the home. That's the home. Why I'm going to the backend all the time? It should be this one, I suppose. Yes. Now what I need to do, I need to go to home to my deliverable issue. Clicky. Where's my deliverable issue? That's my deliverable issue. That's Samir deliverable issue, which is student by. I will click on that. Click on that. See, it's link my PR to this issue. So I need to link my PR. So remember the URL I copied. I'm gonna delete this one, and I'm gonna paste this one like that, and the job is done. Okay. So again, I'm going to my pull request. I'm gonna copy the URL, and I'm going to my issue, and then I'm gonna update this one. And after I did this one, of course, I went through the checklist. I did everything. I know everything is okay. Now I need to move it to ready for review. And now, after I move it to ready for review, as you can see, my issue is ready for review. Then the coach will come and will review it. If everything is okay, remove to done. If not, move it here and I will add some comment for you. And voila, that's simply how it is. Is it okay? Question?